Hello to every one of you J.League fans all over the world. Great news, J.League Monthly is back with a bang, and we are proud to give you a monthly update on Japan's professional football league, the J.League. So what do we have first? The AFC Champions League. We'll be taking a close look at the 4 clubs representing Japan. Then let's put the spotlight on our prospects for the future, players who may impress on a global massive scale. Super Play Best 5, 5 incredible scenes from the latest matches to spice it all up. Okay then, let's kick it off. So welcome everybody, goodly morning, good afternoon and goodly evening wherever you are. J.League Monthly, here we go. I'm Harry Sugiyama, and I have a massive love for football, footy, soccer, wherever you are, especially the J-League. And with me, I am accompanied by the one and only pleasant and polished pundit, Mr. Sean Carroll. How are you?
I am wonderful, Harry. I've missed you. I have to be honest, I've missed you. So it's great to be back. Great to hear your intros again. I'm sure they just come straight from your brain, no preparation at all. Yeah, it's been a while. How are you?
No preparation at all. I am so happy to be able to do this again this year. How are you feeling about this?
Yeah, it's excellent. The J-League is back. You know, already we've had like kind of a month now pretty much of games, but it's great to be able to get back and to be able to, to be showing the people around the world what's going on in the J-League, and hopefully, keep them up to date and give them a bit of extra info that maybe they're not getting elsewhere.
Totally. I mean, there's so much to talk about, but this time round on J.League Monthly, we're going to be focusing on the AFC Champions League and putting the spotlight on our clubs, on our Japanese clubs representing in Japan. 4 of them we have. Right, Sean, let's have a look at the groups then, you know, looking all very competitive. Which one are you exceptionally focused on then?
I think just because they're coming in with a real drive to win it. Kawasaki's group I looks like a tough one on paper. Obviously, Guangzhou have won the tournament a couple of times in recent-ish years. Maybe they're not quite as strong as they used to be, but still not going to be easy. JDT from Malaysia are kind of a bit of a dark horse, I think. This isn't their first time in the competition. They can cause an upset, so not an easy one. And Ulsan, of course, you know, when J-League teams play K-League team, it's always tough. Ulsan are a very strong team. So yeah, that one kind of leaps out. They're all tough, but yeah, I think Group I for me, Kawasaki, they want to win this tournament, so that's the one that jumps out for me.
Yes, you know, with Japanese players playing Korean players, there's always going to be a banter, be a bit of banter on the side too. So yeah, let's look forward to how they'll spice it all up then. Right, Sean, none other than the champions Kawasaki Frontale. Let's talk about Frontale then. You know, they've been outstanding champions. How many times? 4 times in the last 5 years. Yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, you said champions Kawasaki, and I think with them it really is. It's not just they won the league last year, but for the last half a decade, they have been the team to beat in the J-League. We touch upon them so many times on the show, and this year again they're top of the league as we record again. They're just constantly motoring through and winning games. And this year, I think, the ACL is one they're really going to want. They haven't won it yet. They've been champions so much in the J-League, and I'm sure that's going to be one that they're really keen to get their hands on this year.
And that right back, Yamane, is looking very good yet again, huh?
Yeah, Yamane, I mean, it's just been so key for them. Obviously, you see it with a lot of teams these days. Rotation, players can't play every game. Even though the amount of energy he expends in every match, getting up the wing and joining the attacks as well as defending from right back, he's there every game. He's involved with the national team now, and of course going forward as well, they've added the quality of that man from Sapporo. Chanathip has now rocked up at Kawasaki too. Yes,
certainly. We've actually got an interview with dear Chanathip, so let's have a look at that then.
ดีใจครับที่จะได้ไปเล่นแล้วก็ดีใจที่ได้จะไปเล่นพร้อมกับ Kawasaki Frontale ครับก็แน่นอนว่าเป้าหมายของทีมก็คืออยากได้แชมป์ ACL ครับก็แน่นอนว่า Kawasaki เป็นทีมที่ดีอยู่แล้วเราก็จะไปโชว์ในสไตล์ Kawasaki Frontale จะทำให้ได้ครับ頑張ってください。頑張ります。
Right, next up, Yokohama F Marinos. Their old gaffer, Postecoglou, doing fantastically in Celtic. But with him gone, what's your intake? What's your uptake of Marinos right now?
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because Kevin Muscat has come in, another Australian, and he seems to be continuing with pretty much the same style of play. Obviously tweaking it a little bit. Obviously, every coach is different. They've had some really good games. They beat Kawasaki in the league already this year, but they've also lost games you'd expect them to win. But I mean, overall, they're just packed with attacking talent. When you look at the squad, they've got so many players capable of scoring goals that I think they're going to be a really difficult one for opponents to scout, because you can't just shut down one player because there's just so many others that you need to be wary of as well.
If there was one player that, is the fulcrum of the team, who's the center of the team, who would it be?
I think you have to go with Marcos Jr., don't you? The Brazilian. When he's in form and when he's fully fit, he's the one who makes stuff happen. He's the one that gets into those spaces between the defense and midfield to make chances and make some things happen out of nothing. And he's bald again. He shaved his head again. He means business. And I think, that's got to be a warning to the rest of Asia.
Looking very, very aggressive. Right. Vissel Kobe. They seem to be struggling in the league, and without a win in 7, if I'm correct. He's gone. Atsu, Mr. Miura Atsu, has left his job. Yeah,
I mean, they're there. They're in the ACL again. They were probably a bit lucky. The playoff they played against Melbourne Victory, they were at home. They won it 4-3. But the lack of kind of organization in the team, they kept conceding when they looked like they were in control of the game. They're packed with so much talent, obviously, but it just, at the moment, they just don't look like a team. They've changed the manager so many times now in recent years, and you just have to wonder, who is able to come in and really get a consistent tune out of them. But for now, it looks like obviously all eyes from outside Japan are going to be on Iniesta, Andres Iniesta. We touched upon Marcos Jr. with his shaved head. I think another follically challenged. Well, no, Marcos Jr. is not follically challenged. We learned that he can grow it out if he wants to. Iniesta sadly cannot do that, but he can do so much more, can't he, with the football?
Right. And last but not least, Reds, Urawa Reds. Now, they've had all sorts of star players leaving the team, including our friend Makino, who's gone over to Vissel. How are you looking upon Urawa Reds and their start to the season?
It's really interesting because, they've started probably less well than many people expected. They won the Super Cup. Expectations were then high, and they've kind of had a very slow start. I think they've only won a couple of games. As we record in the league, they've only won a couple of games. I think the difference that we've got with Kobe is they seem to know how they want to play. The coach, Ricardo Rodriguez, seems to have been scouting players to bring in to suit his system of keeping the ball, moving it quickly, attacking, pressing, kind of, I guess what you call like a kind of more modern style of football. But as you mentioned, with so many players going, so many coming in, I think at the moment they're just trying to get to grips with who the best 11 or best 13, 15 players are, making sure everyone's on the same wavelength. And although their results haven't been that good, I think performances for the most part have been quite promising. So I think, Reds will probably, as the season goes on, I think click into gear. And with the ACL not starting for another kind of few weeks, you'd have to think that hopefully by then they'll be in the flow of things.
Who's your star man for Reds?
It has to be the Great Dane, doesn't it? He's come back into the team, and straight away they just look so much more dangerous going forward. Kasper Juncker, when he's leading the line, his movement, his scoring threat, everything, he just adds a whole new dimension. And I think, if he's fit and if he's playing, the team is just so much more dangerous.
Yes, very interactive on social media. Our good Juncker. Yes.
Yeah, it's great to see that, isn't it? The foreign players who come over and really do kind of embrace it, get involved and give their honest opinions on things. I think sometimes maybe Japanese players are hesitant to do that. Maybe they're kind of media trained and told kind of don't say too much in case it, is taken the wrong way. But when the foreign players come over and give their opinions on things, respond to fans and things, I think it's great. It only helps to spread the word of the J-League and knowledge, awareness of the J-League further and further.
Definitely. So we've introduced our 4 clubs representing Japan in the Champions League. Last year, unfortunately, none of them made it in the last 4. But, you know, let's have our fingers crossed. Let's see what happens then. Thank you. All right. And now we have Sean's selection. Yes.
It sounds like a box of chocolates or something, doesn't it? You get Christmas from your nan.
True. Sounds rather yummy and delicious. What we're doing, hot prospects, you know, great players in the making, representing the J.League. New segment. Sean, who's it going to be to start this off?
I think this time, the first one of the season, it has to be. There was so much hype around him coming into the season, and he started incredibly well. It's Kuryu Matsuki at FC Tokyo.
Yeah, Kuryu.
Comes straight in from winning the high school championship, which, from, you know, for us English guys, it doesn't sound like much, but in Japan, that is a huge deal. And he's come straight in from Aomori Yamada, which has a history of producing great players. Gaku Shibasaki, for example, was one as well, who recently came from there on to play for Japan and have success in the J.League and elsewhere too. And Matsuki is coming at FC Tokyo, and he's kind of like a traditional box-to-box midfielder. He can do everything. He gets involved defensively. He's aggressive. He's not afraid of the physical side of the game. His spatial awareness and everything is great. And he bombs forward too, looks to get involved going forward. And yeah, really, really exciting talent.
Defo, remember the name, Kuryu Matsuki. Thank you. J.League Monthly. Sean, it's a wrap already.
That's it? We're done already?
Yeah.
It goes by quicker and quicker every time, doesn't it?
I know. All right, here we go then to end the program off. People, we have astonishing, incredible scenes from the J.League. This is Super Play Best 5. Take care, stay safe. Sean, thank you very much, and bye-bye.
Thank you, mate. See you next month.
ฝากติดตามกด Subscribe ช่อง YouTube J.League International ด้วยนะครับ
Like, subscribe, get push notifications.
Like, subscribe, push notification.